Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel. As usual, back as always to let you know what's making the rounds right now as a concern the Super Eagles for Nigeria. Of course, we are still waiting for Kuchariksha to release the list publicly so that Nigerians can know the people that made the final list ahead of this match versus Gabon on the 13th of November in the World Cup qualifying series. But these names, the list has already been concluded. I'm very sure of that. Coach Eric Shell already knows the people that he invited, and I'm also sure that he has called them privately and told them. So these players, for certain, they already know right now that they have been chosen to represent the Super Eagles. But what's just remaining now is to release it to the public so that everybody can also see it. And uh, right now, anything that's happened is just rumor. Any player that you hear that makes the list, it's just rumor. In the same way that Ebenezer Kinsamiro has been touted to have made the list, as one of the new youngsters that Kujaksha wants to give the opportunity, and then latest name coming out now is Maduka Okoye. He's also been confirmed to have made the list. Of course, I'm not surprised with this because Maduka Okoye had always been a mainstay in the squad before he had to go and serve that 2 months ban due to the betting issue. But he's back, and as usual, we expect him to make the squad. And even so, right now that Coach Eric Shaw is looking for stability in that goalkeeping department with Stanley Wabali, obviously needing someone to give him some kind of competition so that he can sit up. So definitely, Maduka Okoye is the next best goalkeeper that is going to bring in that competition. So good inclusion there. But again, just wanted to give you an update concerning one player that we had been caught in for a few months now. I'm talking about Jacob Murphy, the winger of Newcastle United. Of course, if you guys remember, a few months ago, we talked about him. And during that period, he was really playing good football, scoring goals, creating assists for Newcastle United. He was, in fact, one of the revelations for their season, for why they had a good season last season. And during that period that he was spoken to by Coach Eric Shell, he said that he was not interested. That he was not interested. He's more ready to play for England than play for Super Eagles of Nigeria. But what's coming out right now from this man's representatives is that he is actually open to playing for the Super Eagles if Nigeria qualifies for the World Cup. So this is the latest now from Jacob Murphy's camp. So in a nutshell, what this means is that he is not ready to come and help us qualify. He is not ready to come and be in the playoffs to work hard, slug it out, and try to get this ticket. He wants it to be that when we have qualified, that is when we can come and call him that he's going to accept. You know, this is the man stands right now. But it's just laughable because I don't think there's any chance that he's going to get called up after we qualify to the World Cup because Coach Eric Shell had already said it before. He made himself clear that the people that he wants in the squad or the players that he wants are dedicated players, players who are ready to be committed, players who have the passion, who are not just playing for the sake of a particular tournament or the sake of a particular motive. Like, okay, I want to be in the World Cup. If it's not the World Cup, I'm not playing. Or I want to be in the Nations Cup. If it's not Nations Cup, I'm not playing. Shell doesn't want to work with these kinds of players, and he said that before. We talked about that on the channel. And Jacob Murphy coming out to say this, it just means that he is bidding his chance or the possibility of being accepted by Nigeria is bidding it goodbye, at least under Coach Eric Shaw, you know, if Coach Eric Shaw follows his principle, the principle that he already laid on ground. But I just wanted to put that out here, guys, because it's actually very funny. It kind of feels like the situation with the Nketea and Odoi Hudson and the Ghana FA and the Ghana national team, because these two players showed interest after Ghana qualified. and I doubt if Ghana is going to listen to them or their appeal. But let's move forward, guys, and talk about some other reaction coming in from ex-internationals concerning the Super Eagles' chances of qualifying in the playoffs. Of course, one man, the very talented midfielder of the Super Eagles, Christian Obodo, he has come out now to talk about what the boys need to do in order to get results in these playoffs. He said that the team has a lot of personal qualities. They have a lot of individual brilliance and talent and skill is no problem for the Super Eagles. But what they are lacking right now and what they should trying to cultivate is unity, discipline, and the eagerness to play for each other. That's what Christian Obodo has now said. He said that he saw a little bit of that, in recent games, particularly with the Benin Republic game, and he said that that is the only thing that's going to help the Super Eagles get the results, in these playoffs. He went further to praise Coach Eric Shell's impact in the team. He said that since his emergence as the head coach, he has been able to improve the squad, in terms of defending, the energy, pressing, a little bit of improvement in the defense area, and then all-round work rate, team work rate. He says he's seen some signs of improvement in this, but that the boys need to keep pushing. They need to keep going and play as a united unit, and that's when they will go far. This is what Christian Obodo said in his own word. He said Nigeria has one of the strongest squads in Africa, but talent alone does not guarantee success. We need every player pulling in the same direction. No egos, no divisions. It's the team that stays together that will qualify. And then he goes further to say, this is not the time for showboating or unnecessary pressure. Every game must be treated like a final. The players must trust each other and play as a unit because qualification will not be given, it must be earned. So those are some of the important things that Christian Obodo said as he seeks to advise Shell and his boys, on how to get it right, starting from the 13th of November. And reacting similarly to Super Eagles' chances, Austin Eguavoen has also come out to talk about the fact that he believes that the boys can get the job done. He talks about how difficult it was to actually get to the playoffs position, but he says that all the mistakes that had been made previously, we now have the chance to redeem ourselves, and he believes that the boys know what is at stake. They know what it means to be at the World Cup, and they will not uh, mess this chance up. He said that they are going to give everything. He trusts them. And this is his word. He said, we all know what it means to be at the World Cup. We missed out on the last one. We'll put that behind. The boys know exactly what is at stake. I like the unity so far from Nigerians getting this qualification into the playoffs now. I think we will not toy with it. Of course, we have a chance. All hope were lost. I believe in the team. The prayer was let some other country drop points, of which they did, and and here we are. God has given us a lifeline as well. We have the quality, we have the personnel, we have everything to go for it. I am 100% confident that we will do it. So that's what Coach Austin Eguavoen has come out to say. Of course, it's going to be very interesting. Nigeria versus Gabon. And just to wrap here, guys, let me also share the reaction from former head coach Rohr, who has now come out to predict the country that will qualify in the playoffs. He predicted that Nigeria is going to beat Gabon, and then DR Congo is going to beat Cameroon. So for him, he predicted that Nigeria versus DR Congo will play in the uh, African playoff finals. And he said the final is going to be very difficult, but it should be between Nigeria versus DR Congo on the 16th of November. Rob believes that the Super Eagles have too much quality not to beat Gabon on 13, but he feels that DR Congo will give us a little bit of a headache. So that's his prediction. So this is his own word. He said the winner of the final tickets will be difficult to predict because the match between Cameroon and DR Congo will not be easy. Perhaps DR Congo are a bit stronger because they have individually better quality players than Cameroon. Again, Cameroon are also facing some administrative problems that may affect their performance. So I think the final could be could be between Nigeria and DR Congo. That's Jonathan Raw, talking. Of course, this man is someone that has coached us, and if you listen to every interview he gives about Super Eagles, he has a soft spot for the Super Eagles. He still loves the team. He loves the players. Most of the players, he was the one that actually even discovered them and gave them their debut. So he still has a love for the country. But it's not just about sentiment. I think he has a point. He's talking about quality, talking about head to head. He's talking about the team that actually has what it takes to go all out and defeat their opponents and emerge the champions of the playoffs. But it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really, really difficult. No team should be underrated. And definitely, I'm sure DR Congo, I'm sure Gabon will have a different opinion from what General Roy is saying. And also Cameroon, they will definitely have a different opinion concerning what General Roy has predicted.